This video contains big, and I mean big, spoilers for the prologue and chapter 1 of Project Eden Garden, which is all we got right now. So please play those before watching this, or watch it before watching this. Okay, that's it. Alright. Originally created by Scene Lusk to then be directed by Takamari and Shubi D, Project Eden Garden is a free-to-play visual novel fan game heavily inspired by Spike Chunsoft's Danganronpa. This inspiration can be seen through the game's art style, gameplay mechanics, and of course, its narrative, and of course being a mystery killing game among teenagers to young adults who all have an ultimate. And if you don't know ultimate, to give a brief summary, are a talent or certain fixation a character excels at, defining them as the best of that specific thing. To give a brief example, maybe you've got the ultimate archer. They are the absolute best at archers. They know everything. They're top-notch, perfect. And then it's not always like extremely technical skills though. There's shit like in this one you got pro influencer, pro music developer, producer, pro gamer. There's I don't know why I'm saying pro, I mean ultimate, but you get what I mean. Danganronpa series has a wide range of these across 3 entries, and Project Eden Garden provides the exact same thing. There's a list of over 16 students who all have these ultimate traits in the roster, and in this roster there is also a host. In Danganronpa, there's Monokuma as the host, but in Project Eden Garden, we've got Tozu. Now, this host surprised the fucking shit out of me. Not only because there's like no twist or anything, but it's because of like how well they managed to make him fit and give like that same level of chaos that Monokuma did, but without feeling like a rip-off of Monokuma, like being too close. And also, bro, this design is just like it's like genuinely just a go. Now, I won't go into much of like the development history, as more than I already have, because there's already like wikis and videos which could explain it much better, even more better than all the stuff I just did. But I just wanted to give a brief rundown. The time the time of this video, only the prologue and chapter 1 have come out. Unfortunately, like chapter 1 only came out like a month ago, and I only just came to this game right now because of my like extreme craving to play something like Danganronpa again after looking at like all the old stuff of it again and getting nostalgic. But before I go into all the ranking and predictions for Project Eden Garden so far with its characters, I'm going to give you a quick recap, because I've been playing this for like 2 days straight. I've been hooked. I played this for the past 2 days, and I just couldn't drop it. I just like it was too good. So yeah, you're basically just going to see a recap of my experience, and obviously the biggest parts I knew that were coming. I recorded. So yeah, here it is. Wait, there's definitely. Wait. No fucking Jesus. It's just this shit again. Shit turn pitch black. Oh no. Someone's about to die, bro. They're just playing fucking video games, bro. Bro, please, Eva, stay alive. Eva, stay alive. She's not fucking talking, bro. Oh, thank fuck. Oh, God. Alright, we're going to the boiler room. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, someone's dead. Oh, someone's dead. Someone's dead. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? What? What? Holy shit! Oh my god, he's out. He's out. I spent a fucking free time event with him because I thought he was gonna last. He's he's out. There we go. Holy shit. Bro, this shit has to be the pink hair girl. The pink hair girl is definitely the killer in this shit. And if that happens, good fucking riddance. I don't like your ass. Because it just makes perfect sense. She's the only one who was trying to sympathize with Damon and Eva. And you got this little tiny hinge of a fucking thing where Eva sounded like she was trying to learn, I mean not Eva, the pink hair girl was trying to learn more information about Eva through Damon because she noticed the bond those two are having. And I feel like that connection is ultimately going to be the thing, because I feel like the pink hair girl is going to try finding something to frame it on Eva or Damon, because they were the two characters by far that were most against what's it called? They were most against the lawyer guy, Wolfgang. They were, and it's not made better by the fact that Damon and Eva went to the boiler room. They went down here to talk about Wolfgang's letter that he still probably has on him. Like, this is hella framing setup, and I need that makeup bitch to be it. If Eva is the one who did this though, I don't know what I'm gonna do, bro. Bitch, go fuck yourself. Bruh. Okay, girl. Take a step forward. The thing that like pisses me off with this girl as well is I get it's a first case, so I kind of give it the pass almost, because I feel like every first case besides V3 has a kind of very obvious like turnout with like who did it, especially one Danganronpa 1. It's so obvious, bruh. It's like Ace Attorney tutorial level obvious, but every character has an alibi except her. I think that's everyone. And then there's this girl. This girl's thing that she says, her quote-unquote alibi, is she was just not feeling it today, and she was in her room alone. That's the worst fucking alibi I've ever heard in my life. It's fucking so jarring. It's time! It's time to pick this fucking bitch. I know it's you. Let's have a look. Yep. It's you. It has to be you. Yes, let's go. You are so guilty. It's you, isn't it? Okay, after some updates, we just had the whole thing with like Diana's testimony and that she saw Wolfgang before he died, and then he was like hallucinating and shit. We had that whole hallucinating thing, and then I came to the realization, I'm pretty sure I'm locked in. I think the killer is Ingrid.
Oh my god, bro.
Hell no,
She's
man.
like,
What the fuck, man?
super tight.
Get your ass
She's the only
on,
one who
man.
she gets the little girl to get something from the pharmacy, so she could be alone in that time. And it's the pharmacy. We're going off this thing now that like someone injected Wolfgang. That's a perfect place to get shit. I think with lockpicking, she could be lying. Because before she said, like, it sounded really complex. I think she's lying. I think she could perfectly do it because she's the ultimate blacksmith. And then, one thing I thought about with Diana, really early on, because I was sus on her like the whole time, how the fuck would she hit the back of Wolfgang's neck when she's like 5'5" or some shit? Because Wolfgang is the tallest person in the group. He was 6'2", and the only person I think that can hit both two hands, a lot of force, and the right height to where it would knock that specific part is Ingrid. And also, just look at the muscle on her. She would absolutely be able to hit that with enough force to ensure a knockout, which is what she was hoping for. And yeah, so things like getting the little girl for medication, being alone in that short period of time, being able to overhear Wolfgang in this entire conversation with Grace, being able to spot pretty much everybody. She spot the group of like people who were at the gaming thing. She was pretty much in the perfect position to see everything. So I'm pretty sure it's her. I'm pretty fucking sure it's her. Also, if anyone's wondering, I'm absolutely playing this game. I'm not watching it. It's like the HDMI is connected. You can see the Project Eden building.
Okay, I really hate this, but Eva is back in the. I've already read all this shit. Eva is back in the possibility of being.
Okay, I think I get this. Yeah, okay. People in the fucking game room might not have an alibi, and I think the only person that is a bit sus in the game room is Eva, because Eva was too distracted on other shit to actually want to play in the tournament, and because she came through the vents of Damon in the prologue, she would know about like how the generator, you needed to step on it to like move up, so maybe she could have placed the battery on the. I hope I'm wrong there. Like, she could have very well slipped that through the vent.
Please no. Please. Please no. Please no. Please no. Please no.
Yeah, fuck Eden Garden and fuck them saying we're not gonna do tropes anymore. This is the one time when the main like secondary character that's a female in Danganronpa type game, like this one time they don't live and it's peak. I hate you so much. Now it's time for my analysis of who I think is going to live and die in Eden Garden. Now, before I even get to that, I am so annoyed that I did a free time with Wolfgang and Eva. Bro, those were the two people who fucking died. That's insane. Like, I still don't regret it, because I still really like them. But, like, man, that's some bullshit. I hope that doesn't happen in the future, but, okay. Alright, I'm looking at the list of the Eden Garden characters, and I'll start off with Damon. Now, Damon is this weird position where, because I'm really leaning now off the fact that they don't want to do the tropes in Danganronpa, the usual tropes. If I had to explain, like, any tropes, there's like 3 main ones I think of when I think of Danganronpa tropes. I think of the double deaths in chapter 3, the buff character dying. I think that's usually associated with chapter 4, but just in general, the buff character never lives, or just the big character in general. I guess you could say Hope and Despair is a trope, but I don't want to do it. And there's like a very obvious protagonist that usually tends to live. And with Damon, you'd think, okay, maybe they want to break that trope and kill them, but I don't know, because he's in this specific position where I feel like they are already doing a lot to make him feel very different as a protagonist to all the other Danganronpa protagonists. So I think they're just going to lean off that. And also, I feel like he's going to have very interesting character development as it goes on. if they weren't thinking of doing much for him, then yeah, I would have just said kill him. But and also, I just don't really see anybody else working necessarily. Like with Danganronpa V3, it's like it was always in the cards because Shuichi just worked. Like it just worked. It just worked with the formula of Danganronpa and the style of their protagonist. So if Kaede was just an easy subvert, maybe they just never intended for her to really be the true protag. Well, with Damon, I don't think he could have gotten swapped out with anyone either, unless like Wolfgang was still around, but he isn't. So I don't see that happening. But I do feel like there is a chance they do something very different and they make him a blackened. If they made him that's the only, like, yeah. Well, technically that's how Kaede happened, but like, I mean like a proper blackened, not accident. I think that would be a very interesting way to get rid of him as a protag if they would do it, or just end the game like that. I would be kind of fucked up if you win it by killing everyone, but it would be definitely new. It would make for a crazy lost case. And I think his whole theming with a snake too, I feel like that could really work well with that whole idea. But alright. For the sake of my prediction though, I think he's going to live. I just see too much in the terms of him just being currently right now a really insensitive dickhead who's really self-centered, and it's just too easy to make like a character development for him over the game, and like it being like a really naturally flowing. I can see it working perfectly. So yeah, I really want that, not gonna lie. So I think he's gonna live. I definitely think he's gonna live now. Eva, bleh. Wolfgang, bleh. God damn, this one's so crazy to me. Next one is Cassidy. Now, as much as I'd like for her to stay, because she's probably my favorite one right now that's like alive. She just feels too easy to be killed. Like put in the death position, because I cannot see her being a killer. There's so many characters here where unless Tozu adds more motives, or pray to God not, we get some ridiculous shit like the despair disease. If they add that shit, this game's killed. But I don't think Cassidy's going to live, and I don't think she's going to be a killer either. If she becomes a killer, she's going to have one of those 180 crazy spins, but I can just imagine the dialogue being so annoying too. Like, I gotta get on a clean streak or some dumb shit like that. No, she gotta be the one to die. But I would not mind if she didn't, because she makes all the trials like have like some sort of fun to it. Because she's so fucking useless in them. Like, she cannot help it a hinge. So yeah, do I think she's gonna die? Yeah, I'll put death. But I'd love to be wrong. Mark sort of strikes me like Damon, because I feel like there's a lot of room for this guy to be developed. And I feel like he's in that situation where if I was writing him and I'd see the response, because I feel like a lot of people would just look at this guy and be like, oh yeah, they're just gonna discard this guy, he's gonna die pretty early, right? Maybe that's exactly what they want you to think, and maybe this guy is going to live decently long. Because the thing is, I can only see this guy either dying very short, like next chapter, or living the whole thing. There's no in between, really. If he was to die, I don't know why, but I feel like he'd be a killer. I feel like they do a killer route. But Hold on. As soon as I said that, like, my mind just kind of flicked, and I'm thinking like, yeah, this guy might actually be a killer.
I don't think Could Have Been just found us an artist. I think we just found us a killer.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, sure. No, never mind. He's gonna die. He's gonna die, and he's gonna die a killer. That's how it's gonna be. I don't know. I feel like they could do a lot of interesting ideas with the music producer shit. So yeah, I'm putting him deaf. Jet Dawson, I'm immediately putting this guy on deaf. I'm putting this guy on deaf, and I'm putting him on killer, and I'm putting him on killer of another character that I'm going to spoil right now that is, I think he's going to die. Toshiko. Toshiko's the little girl, the matchmaker. I don't know what it is, but I feel like the only character with the fucking ball bearings to kill Toshiko is Jet, and I feel like they'd want to get rid of Toshiko for whatever reason. Just sort of like a shock factor, because I feel like she feels like the character no one would really expect to die. So I feel like they'd be like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Plus, as much as I don't want it, I feel like he is either going to get murdered with his mask being taken off, or his breakdown animations will have him have the helmet off, and he looks like completely deranged and crazy under that helmet. That's how I feel like it's gonna go. Like, there's something where he's gonna take off that helmet, and it's gonna be huge. And I feel like the easiest way to see that is through that. I don't know why I do, but it's gonna cooked how much I feel like he's going to be the killer of Toshiko. I don't know why it's so locked in for me, but yeah, it's just something I can see. I really do think this guy's going to be a killer. This is an editor's note, like literally 2 months in advance for most of these audios. There's a other thing I'll briefly say. I think there is a chance that Toshiko could become a mastermind as well, if they want to go that route with this game. She's the only character I think can even potentially violate for something like that. Yeah, that's literally all I can think of from the Alive students. Alright, now the next two characters I have are John Delarmore and Ingrid Grimwell. Now, I mentioned these two at the exact same time because I think one of these will die and the other one has to live. Because if they don't want to do the tropes, as I mentioned before, one of them is a buff character always dying. I feel like that means one of these characters has to be locked in to living. And they're both the buff characters. So I think it's gotta be one of them. It's gotta be one of them. And honestly, as much as I think it's leaning on John Delarmore, I don't know if I should like add my like preferences to being a part of the predictions, because I don't think that's right. That's definitely not right. But I would really like it if Ingrid was to be killer. Like, I thought Ingrid was going to be killer in chapter 1 for a little bit. But I feel like it'd be very interesting to see that switch in personality from Ingrid. And like, just imagining like an actual murder, like a proper murder from one of the like buff people is fucking terrifying. Because with Gonta, he did it in like a virtual world, and well, he didn't even really mean to do it. That wasn't even really him. But like, imagine like a actual buff character with the full intent to kill you. Like, it would be so fucked. They could easily just like rip your head off. Like, it's cooked what they could do. And especially, oh, I didn't even think about it, but yeah, actually, that might actually be the thing that leans into it. Okay, I think John Delarmore will live, but I think Ingrid will die, and I think she'll die a killer. I know I've just done a killer chain like 3 times in a row now with the people I think are gonna die, but I think Ingrid should be a killer, because not only will there be like a different thing with the buff characters, but I feel like, well, it isn't really a different thing. V3 did, but not really at the same time. But my point is, like, I feel like she would also have the much more interesting way to write the death, because she could work around the blacksmith ultimate a lot. That would be very fucking, like, interesting to watch. And I feel like she could, like, have a really hard case because of it. I thought it made perfect sense that she was in chapter 1, honestly, with all the locks and everything. But yeah, I guess not. So yeah, I think Jean de Lamour, I think he'll actually live, and Ingrid, I think will die. But if I see one of these characters die, if I see John die before Ingrid, then I'm pretty sure that Ingrid will live the rest of the game. Or they could just be lying. They could just be killing both of them. The inner spirit of Spike Chunsoft told them to kill them, and they had to. So yeah, there's those. Desmond Hall. Now, Desmond Hall is such a weird fucking one to do, because I look at this guy and I think I can't see killer. I can see death, kinda, but I also think, like, I don't know. The cast is so well done, where it's like fucking impossible to tell. But I feel like he'd work really well in every scenario. Like, if he's alive, he could get some interesting development, because he's kind of he's all right now. But yeah, I feel like if he was killer, he would have a lot of interesting things you could do with being marksman, even if it'd go against what he said, with not using stationary targets. And, I mean, real life, you know what I mean. He only uses stationary targets. But yeah, I'm more inclined to believe that he'd either be alive or murdered, not killer. And because I've got too many in death, I think I'm gonna have to go with the alive. Yeah, I'll have to go for lunch. He'll live this one. And then I just said Toshiko. I've said it before. I don't think she's gonna live. I really don't think she's gonna live. I think she's gonna be murdered. If she becomes killer, that's fucking insane. That's fucking insane. Imagine dying to Toshiko. That would be so cooked. I would not be happy with myself. Then you got Grace Madison. Now, this is a character I really enjoy as well, and I feel like she would benefit so well from having, like, as much screen time as possible, sort of like Miyu. I forgot how her name was, but it was the inventor girl in V3. I feel like she's in a simpler situation. Also, if anyone's played Xenoblade 3, bro, this character is just fucking uni. It's just uni. Anytime I look at her or hear her or just anything, it's just uni from Xenoblade 3. But that's, like, heavily besides the point. Grace is... There's no way Grace can be a killer. It's like out of the fucking league of possibilities in my eyes. Can I see her die? I could very much see her dying. But do I want that? Hell no. But I also feel like, I don't know, I'm only going on the writing style, right? And I feel like they would benefit a lot from having her around. And it's the thing as well. I feel like she's going to do the same reaction in every single trial when she finds someone who becomes a killer. So it's like, I don't know, do you want to have that around? Would the writers want to have that around? Like, constantly pissed off? Like, unless they change her and stuff. It depends. let me just see how many I've got of death. Yeah, the ratio ain't that good right now, is it? it's 2 to 6. No, it's 2 to 7. No, it's 3 to 7. It's kind of bad, but I think she'll. Oof. I think she'll live. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I think she'll live for whatever reason, develop, start by the end of the game, be a lot more calmed down. Like, it'd be a nice development to see how much she changes and matures. Now, Kai is this one where I feel like it entirely depends on Damon for whatever reason. Because I feel like if they really go far and beyond with making Damon developed with Kai, I could see Kai being in for the long run. However, I see him being here for the long run, but not making it to the long run, like the end of the run. I see this guy being like in the lost deaths for some reason. For sure. I think this would actually be like a pretty sad death. And if I already know there's like, I'm not even talking about ships here, but like I know for a fact there's people who do that sort of thing, and for Damon and Kai, and they would ravenous over some shit like that. Like, and I don't know, I feel like it's very easy to set up an emotional point before that, because you got Damon and Kai obviously going to be spending a shit ton of time because they share the same room, and also that's saving the oh my god, sharing the same room with the protag. I feel like you're gonna die. Yeah, he's gonna die. He's gonna die, but he's gonna die very late, and I think it's gonna make me really sad. Next one is Eloise, and please don't kill best girl now. Eloise is just, it was perfect, everything down to the last minute details. I really don't want to see this girl die, and I've only seen her for, yeah, that's another problem I should have done before making this. I haven't seen any characters free time events besides 3 of them. It was the first for Eloise, and then the evil one and the Wolfgang one. If there was a 4th character, it was probably just Eva again. But Eloise is... No, there wasn't a 4th one, because I spent some of it on Pachinko, and then I did Eloise. But yeah, her first one got me like really like, oh okay, damn, because she was talking about to Damon like if he ever tried to touch her like in like a killer type of way, not the other one. If you ever try to do that, she will fight back. And she was like using like actual threats and shit. She was making herself sound like scary, even if she was stuttering a lot. And Damon was making fun of that consciously, bitch. But yeah, I think I could see her living, because I really do think she is right. Like, I don't think she would just go down without a fight. And I think it's very hard to kill someone like her. Even if she were to get like stabbed and shit, I think, I don't know, you're not getting stabbed during fencing, but I feel like you get some sort of durability to an extent, some sort of shit like that. I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah, I feel like she could live very much, and I'd very much like that. Whoever kills Eloise, I will kill you myself. Fuck Tozu, I can just grab that fucking torture machine and just do it myself, yeah. And then we got Diana. If you watch the end, I don't know why you wouldn't have, because you're here. If you watch the end of chapter 1, she feels like she's like... There's two ways you can go with this. Make it be trolling hard. Either she dies next chapter, or she lives the whole thing, in my opinion. And I'm already immediately locked out of the idea that she's going to be a killer. There's no way she's going to be a killer. Especially after everything that happened in chapter 1. And chapter 1, in general, is also making me think, now I think about it more, she's probably going to live. Because I don't feel like you go through that entire hassle of, oh my god, she's getting framed for this, and she has to be the killer, and then she isn't the killer, and she's actually safe, and then she's going to do this whole speech and stuff just to die and be useless. Like, I don't feel like they do that. I don't think they want to do that. I am pretty sure she will live. Yeah, I'll give her the live card. I think she'll live. It's just there's too much going for her. And I feel like that entire plot in chapter 1 where she's like one of the most prominent parts and nearly being framed, it's in the bag for her. I think she's gonna live. Diana fans are lucky to be like this safe feeling. And then Winona, I feel like Winona would be a killer.
They call the cops.
I don't know why. I feel Winona being a killer. I feel Mark, Jet, either John or Ingrid being a killer. And then I also feel Winona would be one. And I feel like Winona would kill just about fucking anyone. I don't know. She's very smart. I just don't really see how her skill of being entrepreneur would even help to kill, you know? Like, I don't know how the fuck that would even work. And I kind of forgot her animal theme. I don't know how that'd work into like a boss. I haven't even talked about that for the other characters, but I'm just looking at her design. It's kind of hard to tell. But there's just something about her that it makes me think that she's going to be a killer. It'd be cool as fuck. That's all I'm saying. Like, I would actually like that a lot. I think that's like the coolest way her character could go. But at the same time, she could be very wise. Just not do that. I don't know. It's fine. Like, I wouldn't mind if she's a killer. And I also wouldn't mind if she's around, because she's, I don't know, she's interesting. She's good both ways. And then lastly, Ulysses. I see Ulysses living for quite a bit of time, and I feel like he'd be really helpful with all the documentation he does. But overall, I think he's dying, and funny enough, I feel like Winona would be the one to kill him, even if they're roommates. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm standing right now. But I feel like Ulysses would die by his own law, where he can't smell anything. I feel like that would actively be a problem for him. If they were ever put him in a killer situation, that would be such a weak point. It'd be such a weak point. But I can't see him being a killer, especially because he falls asleep all the damn time. It's so out of pocket, like, to think that he'd be a killer. But I do think he would die, for sure. I think he's like one of the easiest ones to kill, if I'm being honest, next to Toshiko. If I just had to pick, yeah, it'd be like Ulysses, Toshiko, and Cassidy in top 3, because they are like so easy to get rid of. But that's everyone. That's everyone I predicted. So let's just go over that again. So overall, I'll lock it in. I think Damon will live. I think Eva and Wolfgang are dead. Oh wow. I think Cassidy will die by murder. I think Mark will be a killer. I think Jet will be a killer. And for the sake of it right now, I think John will live and Ingrid will be a killer. I think Desmond will live. I think Toshiko will die, murdered. I think Grace will live. I think Kai will die murdered. I think Eloise will live. Oh shit. I think Diana will live. I think Winona will die killer. I think Ulysses will die murdered. Okay, this is fucked because I've already said more murderers than killers. Hold on, let me go through this again. Newsflash, I didn't. I actually did perfect balance. It was 4 murdered and 4 killed. But I still kind of think that's cap. I don't feel like they do just 4 murderers with 4 deaths. I feel like one of them has to be a double death, even if it obviously shouldn't be in chapter 3. I feel like they will do that eventually. So if I really had to switch one, I think Mark. It had already said Mark. Okay, I'm thinking it would be between Diana, because it has to be a victim if I'm doing this double death thing. I'm thinking it's probably Diana. I'd like to think Eloise, but I don't think Eloise will be in that victim situation. So if I had to pick one, it's between Diana and it's between Desmond. I don't know why, because the more I'm thinking about Desmond, the more I'm like, it's very likely he could die. Like, and I feel like they don't want to go in a predictable route with Diana, because even if they did do all that setup in chapter 1 to make it so they aren't the killer and they don't die there, like, then they have all this setup of, oh, something's gonna happen. Of course, I'm hoping they don't die in the next chapter. That'd be fucking hilarious and kind of ruin their character. But, because they're also like the one I feel like the weakest about right now still. But I think I'm going to go with, I see them both likely, but fuck it. I'm gonna say Desmond, because I honestly don't think of anything interesting for this guy right now. In the killer role, I don't think he's interesting, and the normal one. So, yeah, I think he'd work as a death. That's my predictions for Eden Gardens cast, and if it's going to live or die, or live, death, murdered, kill, all that shit. So yeah, I think there's something else I swear I was going to. Oh, that's right. Just general ranking right now. Just general ranking of the cast for chapter 1. I might just do like a rotation of these like 3 things I did: reaction, prediction, and ranking. I might just do this each time a chapter drops. So just call this the chapter 1 version basically, and we'll rank these characters now. Okay, rapid fire ranking, because I don't want to drag this for too long. Also, this is one of the parts that are like 2 months ahead of most of the recordings, so my thoughts that I said here might contradict what I'm going to say now, so that's okay. Okay, so first on here is Cassidy. Cassidy is one of the best, I reckon, in the trials. She's really fun. She was also just like really nice to listen to for the setting up the game tournament and stuff. I get people can probably find her annoying, and I don't really blame necessarily, but I don't know, I just find her pretty fun, honestly. And I'm hoping she doesn't die early, because I would like to see more of her in the trials and stuff. Next one here is Damon. I think Damon is by far one of the most interesting takes on like a protagonist in a Danganronpa style game. I really appreciate that they kind of make him a dickhead, even if I blame him for it a lot with friends when I talk to. He almost feels like if he had Byakuya, would be a protagonist in a way. Just a little bit more toned down, I guess, which is fine. Like, you don't want them to be that unlikable, but he can be pretty mean. Like, even if it's just consciously, like with the blue text and shit, like he can be pretty fucking mean. But I like that a lot because I feel like that'll just make him have all the better when it comes to like developing his character later. Like I can imagine this guy being like fucking fantastic later, honestly. So, but I still enjoy him because it's not like an annoying sort of unlikable. It's like one of those ones where it's like you can't help but enjoy them, even if you're kind of like, oh, come on, shut up. But like, yeah. So he's probably an S, if I'm being real, because I honestly see heavy potential with this character. Then Desmond, I think is, yeah, he's alright right now. I know I've like contradicted that like twice in this video, I believe, but like, I don't really have any problems with him. I just want him to have more sort of stuff. He had like a little bit in chapter 1 with the doors and stuff, I think, but he didn't have too much, but I don't mind him. He's chill. He literally is just chill. Diana, if you can tell from my reactions, I spent most of the chapter thinking she'd be the killer because she had absolutely no alibi whatsoever. Only to get flipped on the people who did have an alibi the most throughout the chit case that was cooked. So yeah, I was kind of just hating on her for most of the chapter, and then she wasn't even the killer. But and then she had like a really like cringe, like intentional cringe though, ending part in chapter 1 where she was trying to act like Wolfgang in the leader sort of role, and no one was really going along with that at all. It was very secondhand embarrassment type shit, but I feel like she'll get a lot more if I'm being real, and I think I'll start to like her more. I feel like she's going to have a lot of Damon in a way, and that will be a developing point with Damon. Same with Kai. Kai for Damon. But yeah, she's alright right now. She's one of the weaker ones, but still in a game like this, that's like actually not that far down. It's probably also B actually. I don't really have anyone there, besides one, but it would be kind of obvious. Eloise is so peak, even from just the one hangout I did and the small bits you see of her, obviously. She doesn't offer a lot in the trials or help in investigations or anything, but I just really enjoy the character, and obviously the design is really great as well. Like, they all got good designs, but she's got like a really peak one, if I'm being real. But I would love to see her like gain confidence as the game goes on and just become like a stronger person. That would be really cool. But yeah, she's definitely like one of the high ones, yeah. Hey. And Eva. Okay, so this character has lived now for one chapter, and she's my favorite one still. Yeah, that really hurt for her to die that early. That was the first time I had one of those like main female like supporting characters in a Danganronpa style game be like actually really good for me, because sometimes like you get Chiaki's good. Chiaki's really good. She phrased that, yeah. I think Hyoko's like enjoyable enough, but it's like it's kinda, I guess, kinda boring with her sometimes. Even if she got like good mystery, but yeah, this was the first time when I was like, oh my god, I fucking love this character so much. And I couldn't wait to see how her dynamic grew with Damon, because it was so fucking cute, bro. But yeah, it's not how the cookie crumbles, bro. Like, and she's gone. It's so bad. Like, it's good though. Like, it was done really well. Like, that was the one character where I would have been like so fucked if they died, and they did. So yeah, she's amazing, and I'm pretty sure she won the popularity poll for the game too. well, there was some sort of voting poll recently, and I think she won, obviously. So yeah, she's good. Next one is Grace. This character still gives me uni vibes, and I can't lie, that actively boosts her character a little bit for me. But again, she's a character I feel like where if you give more time, she's gonna get like really fucking like good. I really liked her dynamic with Wolfgang in this chapter, and I could tell she was like really hurt for that sort of thing. She's just really good and enjoyable, and I feel like she'd be like super interesting in later trials for her. Like, hopefully she doesn't just go fucking angry all the time, just whine about things. But no, I heavily doubt she'll just be complaining about who killed who and like getting really pissed about that. I think she'll actually be like pretty helpful. She was like gave like really helpful points in like chapter 0's case as well, so I actually do think she will do that. It'd be cool if she takes inspiration off sort of Wolfgang's mindset as well. That'd be kind of cute, a bit sad. So yeah, I'm like really interested to see where this character goes. I think she's pretty high up, if I'm being honest. Like, probably not over Cassidy, but like she's getting there. And then Ingrid's just really sweet right now, which is why I'm like so ready for if they become a killer. But yeah, I think Ingrid's also like, she doesn't get an awful lot, but what she does get is pretty good. I probably will put her like, she'll probably just scrape bottom of it if I'm being honest. Like, but yeah, really good design, really good, really fun character, and yeah, it's a little hard ranking with just one chapter, but still, there's so many of them that are just like great. John de Lemore, I think I'll put you top of B, or he does help a lot. He finds the new location and everything. I just don't really have much to think on him right now, but he is a good character, and he's he's cool. I love his voice as well, and I think there's this like meme with like John Numbers or some shit. I saw that like briefly, and I was seeing it all over the place, but yeah, no, again, just need a little bit more, but he's really enjoyable. Jet Dawson, you are just below Cassidy. You're really fucking, he's literally just the male version of Cassidy. He's fucking ridiculous and fun and funny, and honestly moves a lot, says a lot of stuff this chapter actually. Like, he's pretty important in the case with the battery and also the gaming tournament. He's actually got like quite a bit of screen time in this chapter, which is good. So yeah, I'll put him in A. Kai, I guess that thing I said about Cassidy isn't going to be true, because I'm going to put Kai in S. Kai is so good. I can literally see this guy being like best character by the end as well, because of his chemistry with Damon and being the roommate. I feel like he's going to get, he already does have quite a bit of screen time. He was in the game tournament, he was in the room with Damon. He probably got like one of them. He probably got one of the more like bigger screen times of the characters this time around, and yeah, I can see that just being a prominent thing. Like, he's really good. I was expecting him to be annoying when I first saw him, because the influencer type gig, I thought he was gonna go into like annoying trends and stuff, but no, he's actually really good, and he feels like sort of like Hero from Danganronpa. I did a replay of that like a few days ago, and there's a line in it I forgot Hero even said, where he says, "Game over, man, game over," and I've associated that with Kai so strongly that I didn't even realize that was that the delivery was the exact same. I'm like, for sure it was a reference, but I was like kind of stunned when I heard that, because I was just thinking of Kai. So yeah, it's a really good character. I hope he does not die any chapter soon, because that'd be awful. And now there's this character. I don't know her name, and this is the one I said was gonna be like C tier, because there's some interesting like theories going on with her in regards to maybe being the person who died in the Prac trial, like the body, and people having some connections with her to Tozu. It's all like interesting theories and stuff, but like I think you see her like once or twice and that's it, and she doesn't say anything, so you can't really judge her much at all. I could honestly put her in D tier if I wanted to, but I don't really dislike them, so it's honestly just a C tier for now. It's one of those things where it's like you just kind of gotta wait. It's like not fair, you know. So yeah, she's just there. It's okay. C tier. Then there's Mark. Mark is a problem because I feel like this guy is going to get so much better, but he is a very, very quiet character, and as you could probably tell where I'm going with this, he does not get many lines at all. He even has like a pretty decently prominent role in the first chapter, as he is one of the ones who had like a big point with like the evidence because of the music player and stuff, but he didn't really do much either at that. He was just kind of in the corner doing his own thing with his music and not really wanting to say much. He's got sort of cute dynamics with other characters, like I feel like there's a nice trio between Cassidy and Jet and him and Jet in particular. I feel like are really fun to watch, but he does not have much right now, unfortunately. But so yeah, I'd probably put him below Diana, actually, after I think about the end of chapter 1, just because really doesn't get too much. Toshiko, I actually surprisingly like her quite a bit. It's so easy to expect her to be really annoying, especially in that first chapter 0. Like, prologue, I can totally see people thinking that she's ridiculously annoying, but I actually don't mind her much at all. I actually think she's pretty entertaining to watch. And she gets like decent screen time consistently. I'd put her probably like let's just say in between John and Desmond. Yeah, let's just do that. And then Tozu, he's going in S tier. He's not just going in S tier. He's going like above Kai, and he's going, oh god, yeah, fuck it, he's going above Damon for now. I just really like him. He's such a good host. I really like Monokuma as well in that series in Danganronpa, and this guy just preceded all my expectations. I was expecting literally either just Monokuma himself or some little tiny creature that was also just kind of a Monokuma clone, but nope, this is like insanely different to what I expected, and it's so good. It's that blend of being kind of obviously inspired by him, but like going into a different path entirely, and it's really good. Ulysses, I shall just put in B tier above Toshiko. I like the dialogue he gets. I like the refute argument thing he gets in the trial as well, and I like that he takes notes. That would probably be really helpful in all the trials. And he's just kind of chill. He just doesn't really get in the way or anything. And I think he could have a good dynamic with Winona if she doesn't kill him dead next chapter, like I'm expecting. Then Wolfgang goes in S. I swear, oh my god, he was so good in chapter 0. I can't even lie, like that shit kind of got me hyped. I was like, damn, yeah, pop off, man. Just do what you need to do, because wow, I was really not expecting him to go off like that, but it was so fitting of his character. And then the way he died, when you like see the full layout of how he actually died, that shit was like kind of like unfortunate. No, it was unfortunate. Like that shit was like, damn, just damn. Like I felt bad, like really bad. More so for him than Diana, who had to witness all that. But yeah, that was such a good motive too, the letters and all that. And I like that they try to make you think, oh, maybe he could be bad, but in truth, he really never was bad. He was just really struggling living up to, I think it was like that. It's been like 2 months since I played, but I swear he was like struggling to live up to his father's expectation with like work and stuff. But then Damon and Eva were thinking like, oh, he's going to be just like his father, which made them think, oh, he's got some dark secret. But in truth, no, not really. It's just kind of tragic. But yeah, I really did like that a lot. And I honestly feel like if that explosion didn't happen, he would have probably scared her away like Diana, but I don't think he would have accidentally killed Diana in the process. I think it just would have been alright. So I'm gonna put him probably above Damon for now. Yeah, I know this top 3 list is certainly something, and it's kind of obvious if you play chapter 1, but I don't care. And then Winona is like, I'm so excited to see more of her. I think she can be like, because this cast doesn't really have that sort of character who messes up trials and shit like Nagito, Kokichi, Byakuya. I feel like she could be in that position. I don't feel like she'd even want to bother necessarily though, but I feel like she could be really interesting and fun and really smart, both in being a defense, like to get the right answer, and then also if she was a killer, which I'm so confident she will be. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to her, and her attitude and tone and prologue in chapter 1 is just kind of fun. It's sort of like a Damon thing where it's like she's pretty mean, but it's an entertaining kind of mean, not an annoying kind of mean. Yeah, I wonder if she'll like develop to become nicer or anything with like changing roommates to have a Ulysses instead. We'll see. But yeah, I'll put her in like A. And with that is the end of my Eden Garden reaction, predictions, and ranking. I don't think it'll be twice as long next time. I mean, they just had to get like a lot of my starting opinions out of the way. It'll probably be like a lot quicker with each release. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. This is a really great fan game. If you haven't played it already, well, sorry, spoiled everything. But highly recommend keeping in touch with how this series is going to go, because I'm fucking hooked. We just gotta pray it doesn't go any longer than 2 chapters per... 2 years per chapter. I hope it gets even faster than that. I hope they get a healthy, big production team, but at the same time, I don't want them to rush, so... yeah, just hoping the best for this game, and I'm looking forward to any future stuff it gets, because this is basically Danganronpa 4. This is like as good as it will get, in my opinion. So yeah, with that, that is all. So see ya.